Actually, I'm having a real bout with PTSD right now. It's been here for about a month and a half. I have recurring dreams, but I hadn't had one in about 5 years. One of them is there's a VC coming at me, and I'm shooting. And I know I'm getting him, but he just keeps on coming. Then I wake up. And the other is that I'm on the ground, and these bullets are coming at me. And I can hear them hitting the ground. Super slap. I used to have those over and over and over. Thank God I haven't had anything like that until this one I was actually called in on an artillery mission in my dream. I could see the light, and I could hear the explosions. It turned out to be that last great big thunderstorm we had a month ago. It just brought everything back again. 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're by yourself, even though my wife is next to me. It gets pretty lonesome. My name is Trudell Henry Guru Jr. I was born in Rosebud, South Dakota. I am a Sičháŋģu Lakota, a Burnt-Thai Sioux. My Lakota name is Tokahe Kiapi, which means the one sent first scout. First of all, let me make this real clear. I don't consider myself a Native American. If you're born here, you're Native. I am an American Indian. American comes first. I don't know enough about the situation, but what these vets are doing out in Sandy Rock, they're saying, we can't let this happen. We can't let this awful thing happen. If I wasn't an old, beat-up man, I would probably go too. Proud of them for standing up for their country, for their land, expressing a belief in the Constitution. They will not allow a police state to exist. The infantry has this term, follow me. You follow me, I'll go in front. And leadership means you're leading. You're not going to make them do things that you're not willing to do. And I think that a good leader takes responsibility. That's what I saw among the best commanders I knew. I had some good leaders. In Vietnam, I had about a dozen cousins who were there. I'm the only one left. There was a war on, and I had to go. We Lakota tend to be paratroopers and Marines. There's one of my Chippewa friends who came out to the reservation in Rosebud with me. He said, oh boy, everybody around here is a paratrooper. 3 weeks after I graduated, I enlisted in the Army to be an infantryman in the paratroops. Vietnam was going real hot, and that's when it became really hot and heavy. When I graduated from OCS, I was a second lieutenant. I was 20 years old. Got blown up. I spent 14 months in the hospital afterwards. I lost these fingers on my left hand. This other hand got all blown to hell. I have scars everywhere. The only place I wasn't hurt was my right leg, but they took big skin grafts off that. I lost half my colon and I don't know how much of the regular intestines. My right ear is now deaf. I've worn this brace because I have what's called a drop foot. I've worn that for 48 years now. I was medically retired. It was actually the worst thing in my life. It was a medical board. Dr. Mullen took out this sheaf of papers. It was my medical history since Vietnam. And he went through it, talking about me as if I wasn't there. And then at the end of it, he said, this officer is no longer fit for duty. That was the worst thing. I couldn't be a paratrooper anymore. I couldn't even be in the Army anymore. I went to Dartmouth. I majored in Russian in college because of that grenade that I saw. I would understand who they were. When did it happen? When I was a freshman at Dartmouth. I'd just gotten there. This article said that they had the South Dakota National Guard all around in their APCs and tanks. And the South Dakota Air Guard were doing overflights on them. And this guy, who I think was FBI, wanted to drop the 82nd Airborne in on these Indians. There was an assistant division commander from the 82nd Airborne, who was at Wounded Knee as an official observer, Colonel Warner, said, "No way, these are Americans. We're not going to drop the 82nd in on these guys." Thank God for him. Went back to my reservation where I was appointed chief judge of the tribe. I took people's money away. I took their freedom away. I took their children away. And that last one, taking the children away, is I would stop at the liquor store, get a bottle of whiskey, go back to my apartment, get drunk and cry. And I said, I can't do this anymore. It makes me too sad. Then reapplied to Notre Dame, and they took me. I spent 2 decades as a criminal defense lawyer. I know a lot of crap that I wish I didn't know. A lot of terrible things that I wish I didn't know. And I think most of it can be traced back to poverty. I did an informal survey of my clients. I quit doing it after a couple of years. It was just too saddening. I found that a very large majority of my clients had not graduated from high school, nor did they have a father figure anywhere near them. If you have a good, strong father figure, I had my grandfather and some uncles, you learn how to be a man. And for a girl, you learn how to find good men. I think that you find a lot of young Indians, they are kind of lost. Everywhere you go around here, you look, we are in Minnesota, a Lakota word. Wow, I'm from South Dakota, it should be South Lakota. Our young people, I think, without thinking about it, I think that they realize that they're generally not welcome. Not welcome. Despite the awful, awful things that have happened to my people, this is our land, even though we are in exile in our own land. We have to protect the country. We have to protect the land. I think that we are at one of the most important places in our history right now. What these vets are doing out in Sandy Rock, I think that is reflective of that. And I'm very proud of the fact that all these other people from around the country have gathered there too. That says something about this country. We're not as divided as some people would say we are. It's clear that the federal government, states of North and South Dakota, don't give a rat's ass about what's happening to them, putting their dogs on them, shooting water cannons at them when it's freezing weather. And I would just say, be careful, be safe, as much as possible, be safe. There used to be a saying among the Sioux anyway, it's a good day to die. No, it's not. Never is a good day to die. Anything worth dying for is worth living for.